Welcome, everyone, to the most ill-conceived business podcast around. Also, perhaps the most poorly run. The Business is Bullshit podcast. I'm James Hornick. Joining me are two guys who I think they're over this. We're all. So here's what happened, everybody. First off, welcome, Jared and John. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you for having us.
This is our third time attempting to do this stupid podcast this week. Time one. Yeah, the first time we did it, we got about 20 minutes in, and it was just, something was so off about it. Then we realized it's because Jared's was on like a really bad delay with his internet, and like our timing was just miserable. Like something was disjointed. So we do it over again. You know, we did a Bill O'Reilly, fuck it, we're going to do it live. So we did it a second time. We get about 30 minutes in this. Yeah, the second time was awesome.
It was rolling.
So we realized Jared forgot to hit record.
I'm just...
Yeah.
So, just royally.
That was 2 days ago, and John and I were just like, I don't have. This is an hour and 15 minutes. We can't do this a third time the same day. So,
all right.
Oh, we're gonna tell the same forced jokes we did 2 days ago.
All right, to jam them in there.
Yeah. So, anyways,
you know,
we can't.
How are you guys?
But I do.
How are you guys doing now?
My Clark Griswold jersey. I still want to call it my Clark Griswold jersey.
Yeah, it's very festive.
It's got the.
Did you wash it since last time? So yes, he's got a.
I probably did. I was sweating enough through fucking up 5 times. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I forgot to hit record. Man,
is that a comfortable Christmas hat?
It is. It's not a very comfortable one because I got it last night because I couldn't find my original one.
Yeah.
If anybody
I got one. This is like sandpaper.
This one's sandpaper from Walgreens. It's like
okay.
It was $3.
This is from Publix. Where shopping is a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to fuck it.
I'm excited to try to repeat how good of an episode we shot the other day was. At least for 30 minutes until I realized that.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, I mean, the most unfortunate part about
that's the issue.
Not having the recording was how you just walked away from your camera and started swearing out of nowhere. And John and I were like, what's going on? Like, was this a bit he's doing? And then he come like, it was a good 10 seconds later.
Down the driveway or something?
Yeah, before you could face us and tell us what you did or didn't do. Which
I had to yell at myself before I came back to tell you guys. Like, it was the steps of...
Or the gambling scene in like, what is it, like 30 Rock, where the guy like gambles his engagement ring or his wedding ring? You know the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's been forever since I saw that one, yeah.
Anyway, all right, we'll leave that the fuck alone.
All right, so episode 27, the holidays are bullshit, or something like that. This is the holiday theme. So before we get started, Merry Christmas,
podcasts are bullshit.
Happy holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate.
Is this our last one? This is our last one for the year?
Yeah. Last one for the year. All right. And we're going to talk about all the stuff in the workplace related to holidays that are bullshit. I'm sure those of you listening along can drop something in the comments if any of this resonates with you or if you have anything to add. But we'll just get into it. We all put together a quick list. We might kind of overlap a little bit, but yeah, Jared, just kick us off here. What's when it comes to workplace holiday bullshit? What's the top of your Christmas list?
Getting right into it. No friendly banter or anything before
I feel like that was the friendly banter.
We had about 15 minutes of friendly banter.
Bantered out.
So Jared is really upset because twice now we went through basically the exact same conversation about everyone's favorite Christmas movies and Christmas songs. And the second time was even more ridiculous because we're like trying to sound surprised.
I like to get it lubed up before we get into before we get into it.
Yeah,
that's fine. So I'll get into it. All right, so here we go. We could talk about our favorite Christmas movies at the end of this and James's terrible fucking favorite Christmas song.
That's a great one.
All right. So some of the stuff that I have. What is it? Today is now December 18th. Not much is getting done today. And I really can't stand the people that treat the week between Christmas and New Year's as like any other week. Like tells their team like, hey, you got to be in the office. We treat this like any other week. Business still gets done. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not like any other week. So if you are that guy that is literally forcing your team to be in office the week before Christmas and New Year and pretend that it's the same as every other week, then you might be an asshole.
Or even beyond that, just driving with the same micromanagement goals as you normally have. Like, hey, everybody, like trying to rally everybody up. Yeah, I agree with you.
I know enterprise sales though they'll get pretty rough in that last week when they're trying to hit their sales goals. Yeah, it's a brutal Brutal deal.
And I'm sure that there's somebody out there listening and saying like, oh, well, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's like, you know how many deals I've closed this week already? I'm sure there's somebody out there. All right.
Would we recommend that somebody find a new job if they're working for one of these bastards? Are we going to like,
have an opinion there? I don't know. I mean, I feel like if this can't be the first time that they've noticed that their boss is an asshole. I'm sure that there's multiple things.
Is this going to be their New Year's resolution? Are they going to act? Are they going to have some conviction? They're going to sign something in a covenant.
I mean, there's certain industries, like I feel like the finance industry where it's like, I get it. Like there's certain industries where you have to be in, you have to pay attention to what's going on, but
and you got to wear the vest.
You got to do the vest. The vest.
James is going to be wearing one of those vests soon, man. I mean, with the hedge fund and all. Yeah.
Why would I be wearing a what?
You don't know, like the finance bro vest?
Oh, the Patagonia, the
yeah,
the tech vest. Okay. I've never worn a vest before, by the way. I never really understand it. Like,
okay, everybody, this is a holiday gift that you could get James.
It's the standpoint of like, don't your arms just fucking get cold? Like, I don't understand the whole vest.
Most of your body heat emits from here is why.
I walked out a year ago, 2 years ago, I had a Patagonia vest on with a t-shirt underneath, and Amy looked at me and she goes, "What the fuck are you wearing? A t-shirt and a vest?" She said, "Go put a long sleeve shirt on or take the vest off." I'm like, all right.
Fine. She's a smart woman. I mean, it's just only logical.
All right. Next, this is one that everybody talks about all the time. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Like,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I mean, it is tough. Like, I live in an area that it's heavy Jewish. I married a Jewish girl, raising our kids Jewish. I'm a Catholic, and I've always said Merry Christmas. But I don't think that people really mind. I think it's more of that like fake thing that people are like, yeah, who gives a shit if you say Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah?
One person's
or Happy
upset
Holidays.
Because they have nothing to be upset about, and they just fucking make it.
Either way doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get upset by Merry Christmas. I also don't get turned off. People say Happy Holidays, like, oh, you can't say like. Yeah. I really just kind of don't care. I agree with you though. The people who feign getting upset because you didn't mention their holiday, as if the world is always about them. I mean,
what do they call it?
It's the intent. You're trying to say something nice. You know what I mean?
When somebody gets upset on behalf of others, potentially getting upset, like what is that called? Because that's what that is. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, that's that. Have you seen that that skit? It's like a video of somebody saying, "Hey, can you take a picture of us?" And it's this group of people sitting together, and the guy starts saying a picture, and then he says something like, "All right, everybody, hey, the shorter guy on the end, why don't you scoot in?" And then somebody else in the group says, "What do you mean the shorter guy at the end? That's not the like." And then he starts saying all this stuff, and everybody starts getting offended. And then he says, "Say cheese." And then he's like, somebody raised their hand, like, what if I'm lactose intolerant? Like, don't you even think about, like, so it goes through that. It's a perfect video that talks about those types of people.
I also, the thing too is that I think that Christmas in the normal sense in the US anyway, or maybe it's whole world, I don't know. It's not really a religious holiday. Like, it's very much just a cultural holiday where people get together at the end of the year. Like, if you've got pictures of Santa, you're wearing a Santa hat, Jared. That is not a religious artifact on your head. In fact, it's
Saint Nick. Saint Nick. Never heard of him.
It's Catholic.
Very Catholic.
You're really, it's
Saint
a false
Nicholas,
deity.
buddy.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's two different Christmases. There's one about a child in the manger, and there's one about a fat man who comes down a chimney. And these are two completely different holidays we're celebrating here.
One's more Nordic. I will be the notion of clarity on that, for sure. But St. Patrick's Day is the same thing.
I'm counting how many bah humbug moments we can get out of James on this call.
It's not a bah humbug moment. I'm literally saying that you shouldn't get upset when people say Merry Christmas, because when they're not saying, hey, go Christianity. They're just saying, hey, it's that time of year. Let's peace and love and whatever, and enjoy the holiday. That's what they're trying to say.
And that's why I think Merry Christmas is so applicable. Mean, granted, being Greek Orthodox, and you celebrate it for the religious side of things, although Easter is actually the biggest one that's celebrated because everybody's born, but not everybody resurrects.
Yeah. Okay.
Need I digress?
Okay. There we go, John.
All right.
That was
this is what you're Greek Orthodox. If I have this correctly, your Christmas isn't even on Christmas, right? It's like 3 weeks later, or is that?
No, it is. I mean, like there's other things that follow the equinox, but we celebrate it on Christmas.
All right, never mind.
Fun times. All right.
Continue.
Anyway, so anybody that gives other people shit for saying the wrong thing, fuck off. This one I've never understood. I mean, I get why
In the
they
holiday
do.
spirit, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
right.
that holiday beer you're drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Great Lakes
Awfully
Christmas
angry
Sale.
angry for the holidays.
Yeah,
Great Lakes
absolutely,
Christmas
yeah.
Sale. It's not angry, but it's just my opinion. All right. This one, I understand why companies do it, but it still doesn't make any sense. The year-end budgets must be spent. Like, it's just
I just got one of
institutional
these today.
stupidity. It's
Have you
stupid.
mentioned it?
Like,
I love it.
companies would rather just waste money in December than like to protect a budget for next year than actually have a strategy and a plan around it.
Is that
Pump
a
up
pump?
the numbers,
Is that what you
baby.
mean? Okay, good. I want to make
I
sure.
don't understand
You
what
can't
you're
see your
saying.
hands. You just see your face.
Yeah, what's
doing
going on,
these
John?
weird sounds. Yeah.
Pumping up the numbers, man. So I got one of those today. They wanted to pay like.
Oh, you got a deal in today for it? Yeah. But
Yeah.
were you laughing when you were like, yeah, fine, whatever? You
Yeah,
had to,
totally. I'm like, yeah, I love it.
It's so dumb. I mean, I get it budget wise why people do it.
it's great when it works out in your favor because you're trying to
100%.
sell to these people and
Yeah,
because like
makes Q4 look great.
we saw this for like in the hiring space at my old job. This is always a weird time of year because you would have most companies be like, we're not doing anything till the new year. But you'd always have a few. Then you'd have another chunk that say, okay, we have to get this hire in. And I think your ad might actually, this is kind of relates to your last point. And then of those, like saying, hey, like we can use this year's budget. A few of them happen because they have the budget. And then a few of them, it was a fire drill. They just love making you work between because they didn't even have the people there to do the work to actually get the job done. And then, the first 2 weeks of January didn't happen either. So it was just a big fire drill. So maybe that relates more to your first point. But I'm not an accountant, but I think we can all agree that like, using a calendar for the difference of 2 or 3 weeks, making decisions of thousands of dollars, like there's something inherently broken about that. And I get why from a paper pusher
Not just
standpoint.
thousands of dollars.
It's still
like
dumb.
tens,
million. I mean,
like millions of dollars.
Yeah, correct.
I'm the equivalent of an accountant in like third world countries. Let's be frank. Okay. So I'm going to speak on behalf of them. And I think it's brilliant. I think, you have to use that budget money or you're going to lose it the next year. So.
Yeah,
but that's,
we already talked
that's
about
exactly what we're saying
What
is
the
wrong
fuck,
anyway.
John?
I know, but
Like, you
I
just
think it's
said
brilliant.
that. Like, hey, thanks for the educational seminar there, buddy.
Yes, thanks.
Quick side note. I am literally staring at Riverside. I'm looking around. I'm looking at my mic, and I feel like I left something behind, and I'm gonna fuck this episode up again. Like I forgot to do something.
That's the spirit.
I know. All right, let's just keep our fingers crossed. All right, and let's see. We can talk about layoffs and layoffs. We'll talk about. We don't. I think one of you guys want to talk about that.
Just talk about it now.
Let's talk about
Oh, here's
now.
one.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
What
about
is
it.
this?
I'm
What
kind of
skipping
beer
it.
have
I'm
you
skipping
had?
it.
Intro for something we might get to later in the podcast. Just
I'm
say
skipping
what you
it.
got to say.
I'm skipping it
All
because I
right.
like this one
So-
better. This one.
All right, continue.
Every year during the holiday season, no matter what year, other than maybe the COVID year, it's always record level travel expected. And that bugs the shit out of me. It's just to scare people that are going on the road for every single year. Thanksgiving, record level travel. Thanks for giving. Thanksgiving.
Now,
Christmas.
I'd ask you if you know why that is, but I know you know why that is because we talked
Immigration.
about this 2 days ago. I told you what the answer was.
Well, good thing I don't remember what you said. Must not have been that important. Let me
It's
hear it.
because there's always more people every damn year. Of course, there's record level travel. The world keeps breeding. The population keeps getting higher. There's more people
Damn birth
traveling
rate.
every year, unless it's a COVID year.
All right.
The old birth rate thing. So
Okay.
What
We
would
don't
be
need
a
to-
scary
we don't-
thing. Be like, hey, if you're going to travel,
It's like every year there's record level
year.
voters in every presidential election. Yeah, because there's how many more thousands or millions of people since the last election.
It's like a
Whatever.
throwaway line.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like it's just like filler space. Like you just need to beef up a story, and what else would it be? I guess if you're kind of like a junior level reporter, they're not giving that to like a Walter Cronkite level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just kind of some filler.
Nothing abnormal expected this year on the roads. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
move the needle much.
Which
all
is
right,
how
and
our
then-
news should be. We'd be probably a happier world if that were the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, separate conversation. Individual recognitions. The person who schedules a quick 15 minutes on December 23rd at 4:30. It's happened before multiple times. I'm sure most companies.
Or any day at 4:30, but yeah.
Fine. Fair enough.
Even more.
The coworker,
I could be guilty of
the
that.
douchebag coworker that said, who replies, "Still heads down this week, guys." That guy.
Good for you.
Yep, good for you. The MVP award at the holiday party. So MVP meaning who gets the most hammered at the holiday party. That award, I think people go into a lot of these holiday parties, at least I have in the past, and we have predictions like, who do you think is going to win the MVP this year? And it's always like
over and under.
One or the two people are the same ones every year. Don't be the MVP. Maybe just think about how much you want to drink at the holiday party this year.
I will say it was a funny moment from one of the first 2 times we tried to do this podcast when Jared talked about this MVP award concept. John and I literally thought he was talking about giving an award for like the most valuable member of your team. You know what I mean? Like, who did the best this year? Let's honor somebody. We thought he was really shitting on that idea. We're like,
throwing
man,
shade at people excelling.
Yeah.
No. I think you said like, man, if you're trying to get that award, you're an idiot. We're like, what?
Yeah.
That's why I opened up this talk track with clarification around what I meant by MVP.
Yeah. Real quick though, like what's the most hammered you've seen somebody at a Christmas party? The best like hammered Christmas.
Well, there is a story that I told early on in episode 1 of this shoot that we can talk about.
We're gonna plug that in, right?
Yeah, we'll plug it in when the time is right. The time is not right. I saw somebody on their first day. Literally, the guy was hired that day. We had our holiday Christmas party, whatever you want to call it, that night. I think we had maybe 10 employees at this company, and he was hammered, like fell into the bushes. Like he was absolutely annihilated.
Oh yeah.
First day on the job. That was his first like intro to the entire company.
And you guys kept him?
Oh yeah. Guy was one of the best one of the best employees that company ever had.
Really?
Absolute stud. Just like to get after it at the Christmas party.
Get after it with the libations.
Yeah. So that's mine.
Okay.
Continue, John. You got what do you got for us? You got 5?
What I got is anger for cheap Chinese gifts that are given out for Secret Santa. That's what I got. A little bit of anger for that. Just years and years of polluting our waters with the plastic that just floats into the oceans, into our currents and streams, killing lifeless little fish, or fish that had life and they become lifeless. No, all joking aside, I really hate cheap gifts, unthoughtful gifts, and I hate that companies force their employees to do that, especially companies that have like low wages. You guys want to hear a crazy Christmas story? I thought about this after between the 2 recordings. I was talking to a buddy of mine. So I had a client, this was like 10 years ago. Total fucked up operation, right? The Christmas party was this guy sitting at like so there's this whole like festival that happens like out in the yard or the campus of this enterprise. Pretty big company, but it was owned by one guy. And there was this long like red carpet, and he would sit on like a throne like Santa. Mind you, this guy was like 5'1", right? Mm-hmm. And you had to dance all the way down the thing to get your bonus checks.
Oh my God.
The Christmas bonus. What state was this in?
It was so bad. Yes.
Okay. Just confirming.
Yeah. And it was so awful. And then I knew the guy liked to drink or whatever. And so I bought him this like really nice bottle of wine. It was like $225, $250. And so I give it to him. And he's like there in front of like some other people, and he like looks at them and he looks at me and he says, he's like, I don't drink wine. And I was like, oh, okay, thinking like, all right, maybe he'll gift it to somebody else. No, this guy pulls out like this little mini sitar and like cuts the fucking top off of this like $200 and something bottle of wine and then starts pouring it into these solo cups. Who drinks wine? Who drinks wine? It's like,
the fact that he doesn't drink wine, but he knows how to lance a bottle open.
Dude, it wasn't a clean lance. There's glass. I mean, no. It was no. That's what I'm saying. It was awful. So anyway, that type of holiday party. Obviously, my gift, and maybe I should have got the cheap 20, something from China. Awful. So anytime you force that on your employees or coworkers, not a good thing, man.
I mean,
everybody that worked there. That's how I called one of these people. He was like, "Oh, you got to talk about this." And,
what about the ass kissing that you did by buying your boss a $250?
It wasn't my boss; it was my client.
Oh, it was a client. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was. Okay.
I liked the guy. It's just it was just an awful display of whateverness. I don't even know what the hell that was.
All right.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Insert my stupid story here, and we'll be right back. My first professional business Christmas party did not go over as planned when I was a wee one. I got pretty hammered right before it started. I was the 6th employee for this company. And I didn't have a gift yet, so I had to go to like CVS to pick something up. It was a Secret Santa. And I picked up, I'm not going to say what I bought. Somebody can ask me on the side. I picked up one of the most...
Dude, you got to say it.
I can't. One of the most inappropriate things from CVS.
We'll bleep it out.
You could possibly... It was a... Literally.
That is so good. That is so good.
I don't even know what to do with it.
Hold on a second. I'm not done. The story gets
How
worse.
old were you when you bought that and thought
22.
that was a good gift?
I think I was 22 or 23. And we went around, and I was praying that I didn't know what I was doing. I think we were just all happy, drunk, holidays, whatever. And I ended up getting the founder. There's 3 founders of this company. 2 of them, younger guys, good guys, would have said, "You're an idiot. This is funny." But the last one, it was the father-in-law of one of the founders. So he was also a founder. Older fella, and he ended up getting it. And when he unwrapped it, oh yeah, when he unwrapped it, I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't understand what we were doing here today. Just ruined the party for me. Stayed with the company for 9 years after that, but either way.
Guilt and obligation to make up for that.
Or they have to guess who gave it, or like what level of...
No, your name was on it.
There's a lot of...
Your name was on it.
So it's not even Secret Santa. It's...
well, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like everybody's buying each other these joke things. I think it's the first time I've actually done like a Secret Santa, so I didn't quite get it.
It's not a Secret Santa. They put your fucking name on it.
No, a white elephant. White elephant. Sorry, white elephant.
Yeah. All right, that's different. Yeah, you got to put some more thought into white elephant.
I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. We'll make that mistake again.
Did anyone steal the white elephant gift then?
I do not remember. I think I was blacked out at that.
Continuing. Well, you know what's happening now. What?
All right.
I was seriously trying to stay out of that one. These two will figure it out. And then it just didn't happen. All right, John. What's number 3 on your list? What do you got?
He's at number 2.
The next one is banal holiday. Actually, technically 3, but the next one is banal holiday emails, right? Where somebody, if you're thinking this year you're just going to send out that just blank holiday email, or you're going to just put a JPEG in there. Better yet, walk out into traffic. It would probably do a better effect for the world. It literally does nothing. It goes to spam folders. Your clients don't care. It's the most unthoughtful thing that you can do. So don't send that. The next one.
I want to talk about that one.
I did want to chime in on this one because I had thoughts here too. Because everyone does this, and I feel like it's something they have to do because it's just because they get them, and it's just like, well, we got to send out an email to all of our clients. And if you're in a client-facing role, if you're in sales or customer service or whatever else, like you should be doing one-on-one outreach to your clients, whether that's an email or call or whatever you do. But you should also be doing that throughout the entire year. It shouldn't be something you just save up for at the end of the year. So I obviously have no problem with like, hey, end of the year, want to check in, wish you happy, but do that live, do it personalized. Don't do the whole mass mail, same thing you send to everybody else. It's just so dumb.
Lame.
I got a mass email from a partner of ours.
Ooh,
great partner, good email. Felt heart sent. I liked it.
Whoa. That's not what I'm saying though. So they took the time to actually write something that wasn't like it didn't come off as a mass email though, right?
No, it came on. It was like one of those, accept the card, and the card popped open, and it had this message pop up.
What was the message?
Basically, a recap on the year for the company, the partners, all the relationships, and how we couldn't have done this without you, and like what you mean to us, and all this stuff. It was good.
That doesn't sound
long. It wasn't long and detailed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like like what I'm talking about is like the simple just JPEG. There's no thought put into it, no energy, and they fire that.
What is up with the ugly JPEGs? Like I see those everywhere.
What about dancing elves?
Finance, real estate, like mortgage, like that whole world. Oh man, dude.
What about dancing elves?
Remember the jib jabs? You guys remember the jib jabs?
I actually like jib jab.
I did too.
Back in the early 2000s, that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because like, whoa, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
All right, next one. To all those that want something that done between now, or typically like, the 15th, and to launch on January 1st, stop. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. because it's not going to get done. Because here, I'm tell you why it's not going to get done. Nobody approves anything. So when your team is actually doing the work, all the people that are going to be at the higher ups, they're going to be buying their kids gifts or, caressing a loved one, and they're not going to be near their email or a phone to be able to actually approve said work. So it won't get launched, in the first week of January. So I would just push everything to start the first week of January.
What if you wrote an email and said, hey, I know that you're probably caressing a loved one right now, but would love to get this thing started.
Caressing a loved one.
That was good. Great one, John. Caressing.
Pre-holiday firings, also something I don't recommend. Unfortunately, I have a little bit of experience with this. We can thank Dad for.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. I love when John tells stories about his dad.
Oh, that's great.
Do you think your dad listens to this?
I don't know, man. I've always thought about that. I was like, is somebody actually going to send him, some of this stuff? Because I've talked about things on podcasts before, but no, my mom does. Yeah.
I always remember, I know Jared especially. Jared has a lot of people he'd like to talk shit about, but he just won't because it's just, it's not a good thing to do, put out there professionally. But we have our kind of inside talks. But yeah, the one exception to that rule is John's dad. He gets blasted whenever John feels like
fucking torn up. John just rips his shit. And the best is the voice that you have, because your dad's voice better than obviously anybody. And the way that you tell the story, just completely taking shits on your dad is great.
Nah, go for it.
I wouldn't say
love your dad.
These are facts. I love my dad. Yeah, it's just. But he was a very hard man to grow up with. The phrase of my dad that comes to mind the most, and you should probably bleep this out, is where he is just always going like, "God damn it!" I mean, dude, whatever it was throughout my entire life, that was it. But anyway, old Papa Bear made me fire a guy. It was either the Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. The guy started crying and I couldn't take it. So I'm trying to call my dad and he's not answering. And that was pretty awful to be thinking about that guy. So in any event, if you fire or lay off people before the holidays, I think it's in your best interest. Just wait till January, just have a modicum of, care and however small or dark your heart is, add some life into it. Just push it till after Christmas.
And if you're that much of a cheapskate that the 2 weeks really crushes your business,
yeah, it's bad. It's a bad look for sure. If we ever open this podcast up to guests, I want John's dad to be our first guest, and just so we can just ask him questions.
No fucking way. No way. Oh man.
Jared, I kind of want your dad. Ever since you told the story about how he went to his next door neighbor's house because he knew she was a reporter to start investigating Chase for how they ripped you off and got results out of it. He seems like a no bullshit guy we can learn something from.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? My mom is definitely listening to this, so I'm sure she's going to tell him that they want you on the podcast. Yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. But
shot down.
Yep.
All right.
John, is that all John's?
That's John's 5,
that's it.
I think, right? All right.
Yeah.
James, we haven't gotten this far. We have not gotten this far.
No, this is net new content. Although now we're going to be wait, I'm just copying what everyone else said. All right. So my first one, this actually is a little bit similar to Jared, but just not getting that week off, especially between Christmas and New Year specifically. So Jared was talking about things ramp down at the end of the year. I think we all know that. It was new to me in, I would say, maybe the mid 2000s when I was in recruiting. We had our first client that they just shut the office down between Christmas and New Year's, and they were an agency, John, so they were kind of your people. Yeah. And we're like, that's a cool perk. And next thing you know, more and more companies started doing it, and then we realized wait, why aren't we doing this? What the fuck are we doing this? Because there's something to be said for, because I think this also kind of relates to PTO policies. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Having an extra few days off in a row at the end of the year when people are trying to make plans, they got stressful plans around travel, around planning things with their parents and families and get-togethers. When just the amount of mental stress you can reduce with your staff versus what are you really getting out of them that week? And what are your clients really doing that week? It seems silly that it's even a thing, especially when you look at the rest of the world where everyone takes off way more time than we do. What are we doing here? So
we send an email out to our team in terms of like working the week between Christmas and Easter, or Christmas and New Year's, even next week. And we just basically said, like, as long as you get your shit done, you can take every day off. Like, get your stuff done, like whatever like we need done for clients. And if you get it done, if you can get it all done next Monday, take the next 2 weeks off, whatever that is. I think that's a fair play. Like, the world doesn't stop because you have clients. We are an agency. We have clients that need paying attention.
I hate busy work more than anything. Like working for the sake of working, and there is not very much you do in that week between Christmas and New Year's that isn't busy work. Now, that being said, if you're a salesperson, there's actually shit you can close, but this goes back to what Jared said. If there's things you can do that are productive, go ahead and do them. You know what I mean? If you're a go-getter, especially if you're someone who works on a commission compensation, fucking do it. I'm not telling you not to. But I think as a business owner, you also have to be like, if you have the right team in place that has that mindset and they know like what productive work versus non-productive is, like you should just trust them to be able to make that distinction. Yeah. And as opposed to saying, hey, everyone in the office, or we got to use your PTO. It's just stupid.
I love the next 2 weeks. I can get caught up on so much shit that I've wanted to do for forever.
Dude, I use it for planning. I like it's like reflection and like, okay, like what do I want to do here? It's like a lot of just really creative, imaginative time.
Guess a better way of saying it is just trust your team. If you have the right team, you should be able to trust their team. They're going to be productive in those weeks, but making them work for the sake of working.
And if you don't trust them, that's a you problem. Like that means that
if you don't trust them, fire them in January. There you go. You know?
All right, number two, use it or lose it PTO policies. Maybe dovetails into that a little bit. I think that losing, like it does, some companies have better accumulation policies than others. You know, some places lose it. Some places let you like carry a week over. I think that, I think there's a heavy overlap between, because I have seen this firsthand where companies don't give that week off, like the previous point, because they know they have enough staff that has a lot of PTO days left. Oh, great time to burn your PTO at the end of the year here, because it really wasn't true PTO. So
the worst. Those people are awful. Like, hey, I noticed you've got this PTO. You might want to use it the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like, you're an asshole. Like, are you kidding me? What, were you not going to give me that day, these days off if I didn't use my PTO? It's just so dumb. I hate that shit.
People trying to game, yeah, it sucks.
Anyways, moving right along. Mandatory company charity drives. Make sure you post a pic of it on LinkedIn, which was really the purpose of the charity drive, not the charity drive. It's because you wanted a picture of your company doing a charity drive on LinkedIn, is my theory anyways. I'm not going to throw all charities out of the buses, but I do feel like some of them are performative.
What do they call those? Like the performative ones, where like I know some people that like they're supposed to. It's their desire to come off as philanthropic, but they're not. Like they're the only reason they're doing it is to get like coverage.
Virtue signaling meets performative PR. So if there's something that you feel passionate about, go ahead and do it.
Do it individually.
I just feel like
the individual.
Do it individually. Or give your company time. Hey, everyone has this day to do some sort of philanthropic thing if you're so inclined. Great. You can tell us all about it later. But when you organize it, then make everyone do it and then take pictures of it and then promote it, it just comes across to me as very hollow.
And you know, like,
it's good.
Just kind of a side note, like where you want to like volunteer time. If one Thanksgiving I wanted to like volunteer sometimes, so I was like, okay, cool. So like the day before, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just contact some of these places and I'll see if they need any help with like feeding soup kitchens and all that. Dude, they're all full. Like they don't need you. Like you got to plan that like in advance. Like that's that's something I would never have thought of.
Yeah. Yep. Right. James, can I go back? I want to go back though really quick. I had a thought around your PTO thing. Yeah. Kind of the other side of that is like I agree using your PTO by the end of the year. Like PTO I think should roll over. But if you don't take days off and it continues to roll over and roll over and roll over, like I had 3 months worth of PTO, and like when you leave a job, because you get paid for all that, like that's where my mind goes with PTO. If it rolls over, is how much can I bank, like when I eventually leave this job, that I can get paid out for 5, 6, however many months of PTO.
That puts us on a different tangent. That's literally why companies are doing unlimited PTO, because it sounds like a benefit, but it really means when you do unlimited PTO, we don't have to pay you anything out when you leave.
Yes. Yep.
So, but that's another rant entirely. I think that a well-structured PTO policy would be making sure that your team is taking off time kind of regularly throughout the year, which is a hard thing to, a lot of managers don't think that way. They're not going to encourage people to not be around, but the whole purpose is to reduce burnout. You know, and you want to reduce burnout. You don't reduce burnout by having people work to the bone and then only taking 1 year off. You know, at the very end of the year, taking all the time off at the end. It's a symptom of a bigger problem. But I think that using the last week as the solve for everyone's extra PTO, have them take it off is dumb. Anyway.
Yep.
And there's some states where they have to pay you for any unused PTO. I think California might be one of those states.
Yeah, maybe there are. Yeah,
I could be wrong. Maybe it's when you let them go.
I could go,
or they have to accrue or something.
Ask the missus who's one room over. I can scream to her and ask her, but that would be kind of weird.
I feel like this is something I used to know, but I've already forgotten since I left the recruiting field. It's amazing how much the extraneous details you really don't care about just kind of leave your thinking.
What's next on your list?
You did talk about this a little bit, the Q4 budget panic spending. So I guess I think we beat that one to death already. Last one I would have, forced fun holiday edition, Secret Santa drives, mandatory holiday parties, white elephants, decorating contests. Maybe some people like this shit, but I really don't.
Decorating contest.
I feel like if I had to rank them, I don't hate the holiday party. I hate making people feel like that people should want to show up to the
authoritarian body that enforces this like style.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed going to holiday parties in the past, but I understand some people might not be into it, that kind of thing. I have no interest in decorating I have no problem if somebody else wants to. The gift giving thing, I think this is an extension of John. This is probably my biggest one because just the annoyance and anxiety of having to figure out, like, if it's the Secret Santa where you have to find something for someone, or the white elephant, like, you're trying to find something in a $25 range, which you've already established, or whatever the dollar amount is, which is, if you go higher than that, then you're putting people out for people maybe who aren't paid much. If you go at that range, like, what can you really find? And it's just such a waste of time.
You can find something at CVS for under $25 when you're hammered and give it to your boss.
Like what, Jared?
It's true. Yeah.
I'm just saying I think that the problem with this, and both John and James, what you guys said, is that people don't put enough thought into it. They don't care to put enough thought into it. You can find good, humorous, funny, like insider joke type things for under $25. But most people scramble the jets at the last minute and just try to find something that ends up so dumb. It's just not
something everyone enjoys doing, and that's okay. You know, some people love this kind of stuff, and that's great. But some people, it's just like, I hate like trying to find the time to, like, how many hours am I supposed to spend on thinking this, trying to do my job here? You know what I mean? So,
well, that's one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is I don't want it. I don't want to have to throw it in the trash. I don't want to have to like keep it. I don't even want to think about regifting it. It's just like, dude, like, you know, let's celebrate some minimalism here. Just don't buy meaningless shit.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
All right.
That was my 5. All right. So Jared, before we wrap this up though, I mean, he was really adamant and wanted to talk about movies and TV and music.
I mean, this is the holiday-ish episode.
Yeah. So what underrated movies? We are in the deleted podcast because it was not working. We all universally love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Take that one off the table. Yep. What underrated movies? I'm going to hamstring you a little bit here, Jared. You can't say Home Alone because I know that's another favorite of yours. So
that's not underrated.
Not national. Exactly. So underrated holiday movie that you don't think gets the love it should.
You know, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to buy you some time, Jared.
No, you go first because I'm thinking.
The genre of now, like, action Christmas movies.
No, it's too much. The new Rock
Die Hard.
Like Red, whatever the one.
Yeah, with The Rock and
they're all Netflix movies, and they all have they're very formulaic boilerplate and they're all just bad.
I did kind of like the one with Mel Gibson though, and Walton Goggins, because I just love Walton Goggins. I just think the guy just looks funny.
I don't know that one.
It's where like Mel Gibson is Santa, and I believe he has to make like, you know, military parts or something. Anyway, it's worth checking out.
Is that one with Mark Wahlberg? That's a good one. Daddy's Home. That's actually a pretty funny movie.
I'm not a Mark Wahlberg fan. Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Had we done more research, I would have said let's come up with the best Christmas adjacent movies. You know what I mean? So it's not a Christmas movie per se, but it's related. Because Jared would say this is Die Hard, which is bullshit. Because that actually is a Christmas movie. Like one of the Harry Potter movies was basically around Christmas, that kind of thing. So
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I got a few. One that came out a few years ago, and that I thought when I first saw the preview for it, I was like, "This is going to be so fucking stupid." And then we watched it with the kids, and like I was into the movie the whole time, and we watch it now every single year. Is Spirited with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell? It's a musical, but it's a good movie.
Underrated. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment on it.
Okay.
Is Just Friends is it Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds? Where that Anna Faris has that line like, "Oh, you're over there with Santa's little whore."
Is that Ryan Reynolds or Ashton Kutcher?
No, I think it's Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the other underrated movie, which is an older movie, I think maybe mid-90s, with Dennis Leary, The Ref. If you have not seen The Ref,
I saw that when I was younger. I didn't remember liking it though.
it's a rated R movie. It's good.
Dude, you seen Dennis Leary now?
No.
Yeah,
Dude, I saw him and I was like, thank God I quit smoking. Like literally.
Is he
That
still
was his
cranking?
thing.
Stuff that went through
Like,
my head.
smoking nails is his whole thing, his whole persona.
Yeah.
I like Bad Santa was actually one of my
That's good.
favorites.
That's got
'Cause
one
I
of the
think that
greatest
came
lines
out-
of any movie
Yeah.
ever that I can't say. I literally can't say that. Actually, I'll say the line in the podcast. I'll just bleep it out. Okay, ready? Here comes a long bleep.
go
So
for
get
it.
ready.
Yeah.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King.
I think I saw that in theaters. I think it came out the same year as Elf, right? Like it was right around. I actually liked it better. I thought it was a better movie than Elf. Then all of a sudden, Elf became
love
like
Elf.
the most like
Elf's
acclaimed. Elf became one of the most acclaimed like holiday movies, and it's a great movie. But I'm like, I just like Bad Santa better.
You don't,
and I
like,
realized
need to
I was
take
like
a
the only
shower
person
after
who
you
thought
watch
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Bad Santa's great. Elf is. I think we've already watched Elf like 3 times. Home Alone by far. I literally think we started watching Home Alone Thanksgiving. I've seen it 10 times since. Home Alone 1 and 2. 2 is a banger as well.
First one's so good.
Yeah. So, did you guys ever watch the Netflix series, The Movies That Made Us?
I believe I watched some of that. Yeah.
It's like they're hour-long documentaries behind the scenes of like a lot of the famous 80s, because they did one on Die Hard and Home Alone and Ghostbusters and Dirty and whatever, but the Home Alone one was really interesting. I don't know if it was that series or a different one, but there's definitely behind the scenes of making Elf, which was really interesting too. I like that because a lot of the stuff they did, like they didn't have permits. They were just, Will Ferrell was just improvising on the street with camera following him around for all the street level stuff. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's good. Did you hear recently I saw an interview with Macaulay Culkin where he's got his own kids now and his oldest is I think 4 years old. Have you heard this interview yet?
No.
And he's like, my kids, he's got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, I think. He's like, my kids absolutely love Home Alone, but they don't know that I'm Kevin yet.
Whoa. Wow, man.
So he's like, I just want them to figure it out on their own. And then he's like, and then at one point they saw a picture of me when I was a kid, my 4-year-old, and he's like, Daddy, you look like Kevin McAllister. And he still didn't tell him that he is Kevin. So I thought
that would have been the time to
me.
tell him
It's
this
pretty
is going to
funny.
build a complex in the child.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I don't know. It was good. James, I feel like we should close it out by talking about your favorite, which is the worst
Singing
Christmas
it.
song I've ever fucking heard.
No,
And
I'm
you
not
have to
gonna do
sing
it.
it. like
You already
did the
have that
first
on
few times.
video if you want to. So I just don't like.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
sing
not
it.
a traditionalist. I like different. So we talked about my favorite 3 holiday songs. I would say 4. So Run
get ready
DMC,
for this.
Run
Get ready
DMC,
for
Christmas in Hollis. I think you got
Heard that. Heard that the other-
Eazy-E.
I literally heard
Eazy-E,
that
Merry
Christmas in Hollis
Motherfucking
last
Christmas
night.
is a great one.
Christmas in Hollis last night was great.
Yeah, I
Good.
don't remember the name of it, but the Little John and Kool-Aid Man collaboration. But I think it's All I Want for Christmas is Everything on My Wish List, something like that. So that's a great one. And then my number one favorite, it's because it's so absurd, because I like absurdity. Dominic the Donkey. It's great.
How's it go? How's it go?
There we go. John just did it.
No.
Jared has been so put off by this because
Yeah,
Jared
it is.
only likes Nutcracker and
No, John
Nutcracker.
likes Nutcracker.
I'm a
John
big
likes
fan of
Nutcracker.
Nutcracker.
John's a
Yeah.
Nutcracker. guy.
Tchaikovsky. Yeah.
John's a big sugar plum fairy guy. Big time.
so
Can't get enough of them.
Yeah, no, I'm Oh Holy Night. I am the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. Like that's I'm a traditional.
You live that.
Yes, dude, it's great. Chestnuts roasting on open fire. Yeah. I love it. And I listen to it. I drive around right now by myself without the kids asking to put it on, and I listen to Christmas music. I literally just went and bought these beers before this, and I listened to Christmas music the whole time.
Crack one open.
Jared had to get loosened up doing the podcast for the third time.
Yeah, kick back a couple of
I will say, I mean, it's hard to say in the modern era that there's a bigger hit than Mariah Carey's the official Christmas song.
Love Actually,
good. But
also one of my favorite Christmas movies. That's a good one.
Good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Worst Christmas song, and I say this as a Beatles fan, Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas. That is the most annoying song I've ever heard in my entire life.
It is a bad song.
I wonder if the scene in Love Actually is like that, based on like him, you know, the one character played by the dude with the pointer fingers all the time. You know what I'm talking about? The guy that plays like the rock star in Love Actually? The aging rock star?
I haven't seen Love Actually in years. I have a question, though.
20
My favorite song of all time could be considered a Christmas song, but I want to get your guys' thoughts.
What's that?
The Pogues, Fairy Tale in New York. Is that a Christmas song?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I'd have to, off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sing it for us.
It's my favorite song of all time. It's no, I'm not going to sing it for you.
Your favorite song? Any song of all time?
It's literally my favorite song of all time. Is Fairy Tale in New York by the Pogues. I told I want it played at my funeral.
Really?
Yeah. I love it.
Huh. You know, now that I've gotten older, I think I'll probably take this out of my will. But I always thought it would be like really cool.
I love any sentence that starts like that.
To like have like, just kind of like really like creepy like carnival music playing at like a funeral, for someone. So I always thought that would just be like weird, just kind of a touch of my sense of humor. Everybody like, God, this is awful. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Time for mourning.
So I think that's it for 2020.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Any New Year's resolutions, real quick?
Ooh.
No, I don't do that.
James, you go first. James doesn't do that. He doesn't believe in New Year's resolutions. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I've got like goals, things that I want to do in the new year, but I wouldn't say resolutions. No.
All right.
Do you?
Next one. No, I didn't. I was just curious if you guys did. Yeah.
Well, that was a fun little segment there.
We're going to edit this out. All right, let's wrap it up.
That is a wrap for episode 27 of the Business is Bullshit podcast. Catch us on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube. James Hornick, Jared Gibson, John Siraka signing off and reminding you that business is bullshit. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Nope. Forgot to hit record. Forgot to hit record again. Shit.
Hey, jingity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jingity jing, the Italian donkey.
This is truly the dumbest song I've ever heard.
So good, bro.
Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey. You'll never see him kick.
Okay, I can't do it.